Hello guys, this is Golden Knight 27 here. Going to give you guys a quick little deck profile for my local Kozmo deck that I've been running the last few weeks and that I plan on running this week. I've made some modifications to it, and so this is going to be the current build for this week. So, without further ado, 2 Dark Destroyers, boss monster of the deck. I would run a third one if I had the Dimensions of Chaos version. I don't want to play the gold versions in my deck even though I have them. 2 Forerunner, just because he's, you know, a good attack monster just like Dark Destroyer, and he gains back some of those life points that you use when you're using the Kozmo monster effect. Landwalker, just because he can protect one of your Kozmo monsters. If one of the Kozmo monsters that you like were to get destroyed, you could possibly send a different one using this one's card effect in place of that monster that your opponent destroys. Next, 3 Slip Rider. Slip Rider is my favorite card in this deck, guys. You know, I like Dark Destroyer, I like my tin cans, but Slip Rider's got the Mystical Space Typhoon built into himself, and then also he's a level 5 machine type monster, so he can go into Cyber Dragon Nova and then go into Cyber Dragon Infinity. Next, 1 Kozmo Delta Shuttle, just because Delta Shuttle can reduce the attack points of one of the monsters that your opponent controls. They also send some of those Kozmo monsters to the graveyard from your deck, which, you know, I run reviving type of cards like Call of a Haunted and Soul Charge in this deck, so it's kind of nice to get them into the graveyard so then I can bring them back. And that's it for the ships. Got 2 Kozmo Dark Ladies, thinking about maybe doing 3 of them now that I have a third one, but definitely 2 of them just because she can negate pretty much any monster effect. Basically, you pay 1,000 once per turn, you can negate a monster effect, so, you know, she's one of the dark horses in the deck. I like her a lot. 3 might happen, but 3 could possibly be cloggy. I'll just have to test it in a different week. Just don't plan on running it this week. Next, 2 Sword Troopers. Sword Trooper is going to be excellent for rank 3 plays, and also he can bring back a psychic type Kozmo monster from your graveyard, such as Dark Lady. 2 Farm Girls, she's another level 3, just like Sword Trooper, so it gives you another option for making rank 3 plays from the extra deck. And also her ability to search Kozmo cards out is still very nice. I can't warrant 3 of them, but I can definitely say, hey, 2 of them I can do. 2 Strawman, just because he special summons one of your banished Kozmo monsters, so I do like him. 3 of them would be too much. 1, he might end up going down to 1 if I potentially decide to run a third Dark Lady, or maybe sub out for a different ship. Who knows? And then, last but not least, Tin Can. Tin Can is the lifeblood of the deck. He is the one that gets some of the consistency going. He searches out your Kozmo cards, gets them into the graveyard, also gets them into your hand. So when you use Tin Can, you can't really lose. So I like running that guy. And then we're going to go on to the spell and trap lineup. Alright guys, for the spells, this one is going to be a no-brainer. Cosmotown, field card, excellent for recycling your Kozmo monsters, getting them from your from the banished zone back to your hand, shuffling the ones you don't need from your hand to the deck. So, excellent card overall. Emergency Teleport for special summoning your level 3 or lower psychic monsters. Reasoning, because Reasoning has not let me down yet. Say a number, well, your opponent says a number, and then based on the number that they say, if they call that monster level correct, then the cards that you mill per this card effect get sent to the graveyard. If they call it wrong, which they always call it wrong, guys, because you play so many different levels in Kozmo, you're going to be able to get a free special summon, and it's always sweet when it ends up being a Dark Destroyer or a Slip Rider. So 1 Reasoning. 2 Twin Twisters. I was previously running one Twin Twister and 2 MSTs, but I've decided 2 Twin Twisters is excellent and no MSTs in the main deck. I had 1 Twin Twister in the side deck, went ahead and moved this to the main deck, so it's in the starting lineup now. Next, Dark Hole and Regeki, just for some field destruction. Dark Hole when the time is right, if I can sacrifice one of my ships in order to bring out something different as well as clearing my opponent's field, I've got that option. And then Regeki if I want to keep the monsters that I currently have. Next, Soul Charge. Soul Charge recently has replaced what was a third Call of the Haunted in this deck, so Soul Charge would allow me to go for that OTK play that, you know, waiting for Call of the Haunted and some of the other cards that'll revive from the graveyard don't do. So this is an excellent replacement. It's going to be good for getting out my monsters from the graveyard very quickly. And for the traps, 2 Call of the Haunted. And as I said, this was at 3, but I replaced it with a Soul Charge. 1 Kozmo. I know a lot of people run 3 of these, but, you know, I don't really find 3 as useful as, you know, potentially running other trap cards in place of the other 2. But I was running 3 this past weekend, but I'm not going to run 3 in the main deck this weekend, and we'll see how it plays out. I think it's going to benefit me a lot. Solemn Warning, because it basically takes care of any summon. Grand Horn of Heaven, excellent card, just to, you know, negate a special summon. Ends their main phase, and then they do get to draw a card. That's the only drawback, but, you know, I'm okay with that. Torrential Tribute, just for when I'm willing to sack your monsters and my monsters to get some pluses, I will do it to you. Bottomless is now in here. Bottomless kind of took the spot of one of the Kozmojos that I had. Next, Quaking Mirror Force. Quaking Mirror Force went from being a side deck card in this particular deck to being main deck now, just because it has saved me. I did have Drowning in my side deck, and I would side it in sometimes, but I found that Quaking Mirror Force has worked out better for me, because there's very few times that I'm going to have no monsters on the field, unless if I play poorly. And then Dark Bribe, just for some spell and trap card negation. Alright, so we're going to move on to the extra deck. Alright, so 1 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, and I run 1 of these simply because of the mirror match. Just because I have run into a Kozmo mirror match at my locals, then it's, you know, it's not bad for Cyber Dragons either. So 1 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. It's the only fusion that I run in this deck. And then 1 Dante, Ghost Trick a la carte, Super Quantal Mech Beast Scram Pulse, Volcasaurus for the burn damage, Shark Fortress for the OTK, Nova simply so then I can make Infinity, 1 Big Eye, and that's it for the XYZ monsters, the Xyz monsters. And then 1 Hot Red Dragon Archfiend, simply because I do side deck tuners. So this gives me the option to get rid of some of the problematic stuff and clear a board. Alright guys, and on to the side deck. So I'll probably spend a little time on the side deck just to explain the reason why I'm siding certain things. So 1 Kozmo Dark Eclipser. Just because Eclipser, if you guys saw my casual deck profile, I was running a Dark Eclipser in my main deck. But I like this guy just because there are some of those demise decks out there that are going to run a lot of back row, a lot of trap cards. This takes care of it. This works very well with Delta Shuttle. His effect can negate a spell card when activated during either player's turn. And the cool thing about it is it's not a once per turn effect. 3rd Dark Lady, just because, you know, I'm going to give it a shot, see if I could potentially see it making a main deck spot, a 3rd one. Wicked Witch, just because I can pay 1,000 if I need to last a little bit longer in the duel and keep her from being destroyed. Cyber Dragon for the mirror match. So Cyber Dragon just to make that Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. And to some of the hand traps. Got Effect Veiler and 2 Ghost Ogres. She's come in very clutch, guys, in the tournaments recently. Like, she's turning into one of my favorite cards just because she just, you know, clears the board when your opponents are activating effects. And not everybody is running the hand traps these days, so it doesn't hurt to have 2 of her. Got a Max C for draw power just to prevent my opponent from doing quite a bit of special summoning, they'll have to think about it, because if they're special summoning, I'm going to be drawing cards and getting pluses for them making that mistake of overextending. So Max C, this is going to be my first time sighting it in. Just acquired it this weekend. 2 system down just for the mirror match, and then also, guys, the mirror match isn't as problematic for me as there is a Cyber Dragon player who actually I think is a tougher challenge than the Kozmo mirror match. So system down comes into play for him. And then also the 2 Mystical Space Typhoons I got taken out of the main deck. Those are now on the side deck. 2 Cosmojos. I may reduce this to 1 in the side deck, but at the same time, you know, having 2 of them, it could work out very well if I need to get rid of some problematic stuff. And then Chaos Trap Hole, just in case I need to deal with someone who does a lot of mass summonings and special summon after special summon after special summon. Having a Chaos Trap Hole to deal with the meta isn't going to be too bad to have in your corner. Alright guys, so that is the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it kind of probably sounds a little rushed and ran through, but I wanted to give you guys just a quick little look at what I plan on playing this weekend at my locals tournament, and I will try to make this a thing for you guys every week where you guys can see what I plan on playing at the tournament. If you guys want to see more deck profiles and more things such as this from myself, let me know in the comments. If you guys want to see this continue to go, if you want to see this as a series, definitely be sure to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and until next time guys, I'll let you guys know how the tournament goes, and I might actually do a deck profile for a casual deck, because I usually take 2 decks with me, so I will possibly upload one of those. Till next time guys, take care.